All right, man. We back at it again. Back at it like four flats on the Cadillac. Two dope boys in the Cadillac. Oh, we back at it, man. I do appreciate y'all for dropping in. I wasn't gonna do no live yesterday. I didn't feel like it was enough content for my time. So I finished watching Creed 3 on Prime TV. And now I'm watching Air on Prime TV. So yeah, I got Amazon Prime. Uh and the thing about it is only thing I used to watch on there was the boy. It was not the boys, but I wanted to see that. But only thing I used to watch on there was the Invincible. You know, I wanted to get inside the Jack Reacher show and all that stuff, whatever. But yeah, I used to watch. You know, that's what I used to really actually watch on there. And now they got a whole bunch of content that you don't no longer have to pay for. Everything you used to have to rent. Now you got football on there and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's cool. It got Arrow on there. It got the the latest Top Gun on there as well too. So yeah, they got some solid content on there, I must say myself. So just give y'all a warning. We're wrapping up the Errol Spence Terence Crawford content tomorrow. Got quite a few videos I had in the queue or that's gonna come up unless something changes between now and tomorrow morning. And sometimes my whole lineup can change between now and tomorrow morning. So yeah, it could be like that. Something can happen while I'm asleep or before I wake up, and then boom, I'm back at it with some more videos. And tomorrow's videos get pushed to Wednesday, and sometimes some of them videos, get pushed to Thursday. So that's kind of how it is. I usually plan ahead of time. A lot of people ask me, "How do you keep the content flowing?" Well, I got a system, and I plan ahead of time. I don't wait till the last minute to do a bunch of videos. That just ain't my style. So I pretty much plan ahead. But today we're gonna talk about this fight, this past weekend's fight. Shout out to Alycia Baumgardner. I was able to cover that fight. Seen Andy Cruz debut. We will talk about also Canelo response to David Benavidez, trash talking and all that. And we're gonna talk to Spence and Crawford as well too. Don't sound like Errol Spence. He claiming that he the A side, but he don't sound like, he don't really sound like he the A side. All right. At all. He don't sound like he the A side. So yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Make sure you do me that favor, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So yeah, we start off with Alycia Baumgardner. We had Alycia Baumgardner taking on the Christina Linardatou girl. They said she had just had a baby. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's the same girl that was supposed to fight somebody in UK, and she had an eye injury. And it was definitely a great fight, great main event. Obviously, some crowd got took away in that fight just due to the what was going on downtown. I mean, you got 3 casinos in downtown Detroit. You had a Kid Rock concert going downtown Detroit. And then also you had, like, I think the 50th celebration of hip hop KRS, one of them was downtown in Detroit as well too. So you had a lot going downtown and traffic was crazy. I wanted to go to the casino, gamble a little bit, but I just had everything cut off, so I couldn't even make it. So I didn't leave the venue till like 1:00 in the morning or something like that, to be honest. So they let us come backstage once the crowd cleared out. You had Sada Baby there. You had Kay Cunningham there. Whoever Skilla Baby is, he's a Detroit rapper that be with T Grizzly. So yeah, Clarissa Shields was there and stuff. And Greg said she was kind of standoffish. Somebody else told me, I'll keep his name anonymous, that she was standoffish. She was like right there by me, and a little kid was trying to get an interview and said, I know this lady called her over. I think this lady worked for Team USA Boxing or whatever, and she tried to speak to Clarissa. She kind of was like, but then I guess she figured out who she was. But you got a lot of people saying like Clarissa kind of standoffishy and a little bit arrogant. I didn't really, get an opportunity to talk to her the way it was set up. It was an older venue. If you have been to Detroit, the Masonic Temple, they didn't really have a media room. It was after the fight. We went basically to like a little dressing room upstairs, and we got to kick it with Tony Harrison, Alycia Baumgardner, and Alycia Baumgardner family. That was cool. We got to kick it with them and stuff. So I didn't get a chance to see Andy Cruz. I seen Bonzi, and I was talking to him, but my camera wasn't rolling. I didn't hit the roll button, but he was kind of moving fast anyway. I think Boo's brother was there as well too. So, yeah, I didn't get that opportunity to, but yeah, I got Jermaine Franklin. He was the first guy I got for the night. A couple of people turned me down. I leave them names anonymous because they don't really matter. I don't want no clout off that. But yeah, Jermaine Franklin, really good dude, bro. I could have interviewed his opponent too. He walked into the crowd as well too. But yeah, it was a good event, and they put on a good fight. They was banging, man. I think a lot of people appreciated what the Christina girl brought to the ring. They was in there throwing bombs. She had already beat Alycia Baumgardner before, so yeah, it was a firecracker of a fight. I felt Alycia Baumgardner won. I was damn near right there ringside, so we had some good press row seats as well too. So hell of a fight, explosive. I just like to see her kind of utilize her jab a little bit more, kind of like she pacing herself a little bit. I don't know if condition is an issue or she just like picking her shots, but she did well with the pressure. And I think if she worked the jab a little bit more, I think she might be able to get more knockouts. 3-minute rounds, I would love to see that for women. But then she said basically it sounded like Amanda Serrano is the next fight for her, and that's going to be a really tough fight. She had a great fight with Katie Taylor. I think Katie Taylor rematching the girl who beat her. She said she would rematch Michaela Mayer, even without a belt, pretty much. She said I'll rematch her. And then I said, do she got to get a belt first? She said that'd be even better if she can get a belt. So she said she'll rematch Michaela Mayer. So yeah. So she said she'd do that, and she was just a really, really humble person, really good to interview, didn't turn nobody down, really gracious. Tony was cool as hell too. They all was cool. So I really don't have nothing bad to say about the event. They did what they could do at the venue. We didn't have nowhere to charge up because the venue was old. And then, my thing was they might want to go down to the TCF Bank Arena. That's it's the new Cobo Hall. Cobo Hall, Pistons used to play there back in the day. It used to be right next to Joe Louis. They changed the name because Albert Cobo, who was the mayor of Detroit, was racist as hell. But that's a whole different story. A lot of people don't know that story, even from the city of Detroit. And they always make the city of Detroit, them going broke and being in financial crisis synonymous with black people in power. But even before, when Detroit still was segregated, Albert Cobo was called in to be the emergency the emergency manager to manage Detroit's books. And that's before a black person can even be in a position of power or be a politician back then. So they was having money problems before black people was even allowed to be in positions of power. So just to keep it real, but it was a good event. Andy Cruz impressed. I think Andy Cruz impressed a lot of people in the crowd. Burgos walked him down for a few rounds. But then, for a couple rounds, about round 2, 3, then Andy Cruz, started walking him down and putting the Beast by Dre on him. I just think the next evolution for him is to continue to plant his feet and become more aggressive. A lot of those Cuban fighters, they like to pick their shots, take their time. They very patient fighters. You would think in the amateurs where they throw a lot of punches in 3-round fights, they would be more, they would hustle more to try to get off. But they very, very patient. And for them to blow fire, you really got to put pressure on. Cuban fighters for them to blow fire. And I think, Andy Cruz went to the right place in Philadelphia with Bonzi and them to learn to be aggressive and throw punches. So he threw some punches, but he gonna have to sit on his punches. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to learn to sit on his punches and be more aggressive and punch with bad intentions. They also patient. Even Luis Ortiz, when he had Deontay Wilder, some people think out on his feet, he just was taking his time. They need a sense of urgency. I don't know if it's the age. David Morale seemed to be younger than the rest of those guys. And he seemed to have a killer instinct. He seemed to be able to pull the trigger a little faster than the rest of those guys, in my humble opinion. So, but yeah, Andy Cruz is good, man. I'm not sure if he's ready for Shakur Stevenson or quite Keyshawn Davis, because Keyshawn Davis is very adapting to the professionals very, very well. And just because you're a great amateur fighter don't mean you're gonna be a great professional fighter. But I do think Bonzi is the perfect fighter for I think Bonzi is the perfect fighter for Andy Cruz, and I just think getting him to punch with some bad intentions is just it's just that final evolution. His conditioning looked pretty good because he paced himself pretty good. But I say about 10 fights before he's ready for a world title, to put him in a position for a world title. I mean, I think he could probably compete with Frank Martin right now after what we've seen this weekend, but I'm not sure he's ready for Frank Martin after what we've seen this weekend as well too. So that's a totally different ball game right there. But phenomenal talent. I mean, people were saying he was saucy. He was, had swagger in there. His ring walk was like the second best this year I seen. I was saying it was the best ring walk that I seen this year, honestly. And then Alycia Baumgardner brought outside a baby. Then that kind of went down the drain right there. But his ring walk was electric as well too. So I mean, it'd be a little fun fact to figure out that he had his professional debut in Detroit, and I didn't really see any chinks in his armor versus tough Burgos. I mean, Haney didn't stop him. The power punching Mikey Garcia didn't stop him. So I really didn't see no flaws in this game. Only flaw I can see in this game is that he gonna have to start. He gonna have to be able to step up his production, and he gonna have to just sit on his punches more to get that respect. He got Burgos respect, but when you start talking about the tanks and you start talking about the Shakur Stevensons and all that, and the Keyshawn Davis, he gonna start punching with some bad intentions, and he gonna have a sense of urgency. He gonna have to have a sense of urgency, and a lot of them Cuban fighters just don't have a sense of urgency. But if he can figure out how to sit on his shots, it's over with, and just pick up his production and get some killer. See, with them Cubans, like I said in my video earlier yesterday or today or whatever time it was, with them Cubans, dude, the problem is for them to turn into a killer, they got to be hurt. Like how Alfredo Angulo was hurting Lara, and then Lara went in his bag and got mad and busted his eye and stopped the fight. You got to really put them in a damn near life or death situation for the beast to come out. And that's why a lot of these, these judges and some of these media members don't like Cubans because of the style. It's just no sense of urgency. They don't punch with bad intentions. They be so old and they've been an amateur so much that they just choose to be patient. And he went to the right place, and now he got to find a sense of urgency, a sense of volume, a sense of aggressiveness. And if he can find those things, he probably is going to be the best lightweight out of all of them. But guess what? If it was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. But in my opinion, about 10 fights, he should be there. And he should be right back in the ring on the next Matchroom show, depending on when the next Matchroom show is. He should be right back in there. So yeah, he should be right back in the mix, dude. But he exactly where he need to be at, though. He definitely in the right camp. Then we can slide to Frank Martin, and then we can get into the good stuff. So I went back and watched the Frank Martin fight after the fight. I felt the Artem dude won like the first 6 out of 8 rounds, in my personal opinion. Frank Martin finished strong, and that's what Derrick James fighters do. They very durable. They in great condition. They can take a punch, and then he hurt the guy out, and he took a knee. Had the guy not took a knee, it would have been a draw. And it was smart to take a knee, but I just think at that period of time, he probably thought he was up far enough, but he had to know, being like Spider-Man and be so far from home, that he was getting some home cooking. But a lot of people felt that dude won. But then again, you got the Errol sexual saying, well, y'all only saying that because y'all don't like Errol Spence. Well, everything ain't about Errol Spence. I like Frank Martin, and he from Detroit. So I ain't saying he won or he lost. We know how the A-side do come in 1 or 2 points already ahead of the curve. Make sure I hit the thumbs up button, by the way. And this episode, this going to be up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music sometime after the show. I felt that he did enough to win the fight. I mean, I felt enough the other guy did enough to win the fight. With the knockdown, I felt that Frank Martin did enough. You can make a case he finished strong enough to finish the fight. Don't blame me. Don't blame Frank. Don't blame Artem. Blame the scoring system. Blame the scoring system. Don't blame me. This is how they score fights. So if he won 6 out of the first 8 rounds, he would have to win 2 more rounds, 2 more rounds to win, because Frank, you would say, won 9, 11, 12 just doing it, plus a knockdown. I mean, he still should have won, just winning 1 more round. Just going off some quick math, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Did he expose Frank Martin? Only we'll know the next fight. I know Frank Martin probably didn't want to get up for this fight because you didn't know who the fuck the guy was. It's hard to get up for somebody when you don't know who they are. And this is just the problem with PBC matchmaking. This is what happens when you don't want to make fights with other promotional companies. Your product starts to excuse me real quick. They start to suffer from that, from lack of matchmaking. They suffer from those things. And now you put him in a lose-lose situation. If he look good, he beat nobody. If he look a little bit bad, he look terrible. The same way they put Boots in the bad situation with Cherkachan. You put these guys, in these lose-lose situations instead of, using, you do went from Michelle Rivera to a virtually unknown guy. Why not go from Michelle Rivera to Isak Cruz? You know what I'm saying? Michelle Rivera, I don't know who else out there. I don't know, somebody of substance. But you putting these guys in there with these unknown names, bro, and they not getting up for these fights. They don't have the activity. And it's a recipe to get exposed. Or for people to say get exposed. And look at Boots. Next time he went out there, he did well. And people say, well, you making the correlate. All I'm saying is, I don't believe Boots and Frank Martin brought their A game to the table because there wasn't nothing to get up for. It wasn't nothing to get up for. If he knew old boy was gonna bring all that to the table, if old boy had a name, you would have seen a better Frank Martin. Not saying he still would have won nor lost or a draw, it wouldn't have been a draw, but it wasn't nothing to get up for. But at the end of the day, dude was a good fighter. Frank Martin was trying to dip down to his left or to his right, and the guy was throwing the punches. He was throwing the punches where Frank Martin head was gonna be at. He was anticipating where Frank Martin head was gonna be at. His timing was good. His he was anticipating where the head was going to be at. That was the most thing that they caught my eye. When Frank Martin was dipping, the punches was meeting Frank Martin where his head was at. Go watch that fight again. He was throwing where Frank Martin was going to be at. I forget the movie where the old man was teaching the young guy how to shoot, and he was telling him shoot where they going to be at, not where they at. I forget the name of that movie. But this dude was accurate. He wasn't the most powerful dude in the world, but he was throwing where Frank was going to be at. And that's why Frank was so frustrated. And he took it to Frank Martin. And that's what I be trying to tell y'all. When you fight guys that fight like Derrick James, you got to put them on the back foot, bro. That's just like, okay, you got a guy that love to go right, he can go left too, right? But the percentages say let's say he 10% less effective going to his left than he is right. Guess what? I'm going to force him to go left on the basketball court. You take your chances. So, if you let him come down the pipe and get on the front foot and get the rolling, it's gonna be a wrap. You gotta stop Frank. You gotta push them guys back. And not only do you gotta push Derrick James fighters back, you gotta show them different looks. Once you start pushing them back and having success, then guess what? Then you can start feinting them, then you can start baiting them, you can start boxing, and they start getting desperate on the front foot, then you can start countering. So even though he had success backing him up and doing his thing, once he set the tone backing him up, then what he should have started doing is he should have started feinting. He should have started baiting Frank Martin in. And when Frank Martin started getting desperate and aggressive, then he started looking for 1 or 2 big shots. Then you start picking them off coming in and coming in. You got to have a 2 or 3 step plan, not just an A, B, and C backup plan. You got to have a plan. When his plan was working that good, cool. All right, we winning, but guess what? We got to do something just a little bit different. We got to change it up. And what the change up should have been is he should have started, using the ring a little bit more and banging Frank Martin in and catching him while Frank coming in because he was desperate and aggressive. He had to be. But some body work would have helped and all that. But it was a solid fight. Can't take nothing from him. Get to the comment section. See what's going on, bro. Fresh, he said to put my hood face on. He talking about my memo on Instagram. Shout out to Chris. Let me know if y'all want to come on, Kobe and Chris. Shit, let me know. He said good interview with Tony and Alycia, sexy ass Lathers. Eastside Ali, salute, dog. What's going on? He said Cruz just need another year after that. Throw him to the Wolves. Yeah, he good. He said smash the like button, ho. He said Bud fleeced EJ and walking off with the belts on the 29th too. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. He said $50 bet any takers. We bet no. I thought Frank, he live in Indianapolis. Frank from Detroit, bro. He from Detroit. Give me that bet, Joseph. He said I missed the fight. People saying Martin lost or a draw. Yeah, a lot of people say. Yeah, I can see why people say Martin, like why Martin will lose. Oh, boy said he want the rematch with Martin too. Josh and salute. I had it a draw or the German guy won. Martin didn't do enough to win the early rounds. Most Derrick James fighters are flat-footed, yeah. And I think Frank Martin got some great ability to do more than what he's doing with Derrick James. I think it should be a little bit more. I think he bring more to the table than athletically than Errol Spence do. But then Derrick allowed, Jermell Charlo to box versus, Castanos in the second fight. So Derrick James he wasn't the best trainers in the world. He can make the adjustment. And I think they will make an adjustment and maybe use his athleticism a little bit more. Why use technique when you can use athleticism and use a combination of both of them? So, you know what I mean? So he said Frank got some athleticism. He need to utilize it more. Yeah. He fighting like, straight up and down on the line. He tried to move his head off the line. Derrick James got him fighting like that. But he allowed Jermell Charlo to go back to doing, what he could do. But let's move over to Canelo Alvarez real quick. Manny and Mason in there fighting, playing. I know Mason tired of her shit. So let's see if we can find this. And Floyd over in South Africa about to get it deleted. He keep going over there with the bull jive. So okay, we got some more news on Canelo. So this is gonna be video version. Hold on. This is gonna be, I gotta write this down before I forget. This is gonna be video version. Because I wasn't even gonna do the video on what I was about to talk about. I'm about to do a quick little insert real quick. Do a quick little Tupac, hit them up and keep them moving. But this is video version. This video. We got a nice lineup coming Wednesday. So here we go. Let me share it. Hold on, Kobe. I'm about to let you on in a second, bro. I ain't got my headphones on. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Man. Manny and Mason in there having the fucking tug of war and shit. Hold on. I gotta figure out what's wrong with the soundboard. I gotta probably re-download it, but we have some sound. He said, man, my dog's got the cattle cough now. They separate different rooms. Yeah, I got the syrup for that. I got the cough syrup for that shit in there. Yeah, I got the cough syrup for cattle cough. Yeah, I don't play that. He says the WC will not officially order Canelo to defend his undisputed super middleweight titles versus David Benavidez until March 2024. 1 year after he won the WC interim belt, the mandatory position, WC President Richard Suleiman has said. So they're not planning on ordering that fight until March 2024. I don't think they're gonna order it. I don't think, Kobe, you there? I don't think they're gonna order it.
Oh yeah, I'm here. That's some old bullshit, man. You already know what they're doing, bro. I'm tired of this whole Canelo nonsense, bro. Like, come on.
I don't think they're gonna order it regardless. I mean, it's 2024.
They're not gonna order that shit, bro.
He gonna go to super champion.
Or what they gonna franchise?
Yeah, my bad, franchise champion.
They're gonna franchise it because there's like, is he waiting for this dude to just grow out of the division? It seems like it, right?
That's what he doing. Then they make the daddy apologize and shit. Man, I told them to suck my shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, I know he's
I
bringing
mean,
them bread or whatever, but at some point it's like, yo, bro, what am I even boxing in this? What am I boxing for? You feel me? Like, come on, bro.
yeah, man. Benavidez, like, I don't know what's going on. Eddie Hearn dipped out on your boy. He ran.
On you?
Yeah, he's. I'm going downstairs. I'll be right back. I'm like, Ninja, I ain't dumb.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going. If he don't stay behind and if he don't stay behind and he don't do mass media, was there a lot of UK media there? Probably not.
Yeah, it was a few. It was a few.
You got to follow them. You got to corner that fool.
Ain't
That's what I did.
nobody even pay attention to him. Like I
That's
see the
what I
slide. He
did.
tried to slide in the room and slide out. I caught his ass.
You got to catch him real quick. Start talking.
His ass. He's I'll be upstairs. I come right back. I'm like, yeah, I only had one question for your sweet and sour ass. I know what it was. Come on. Stop ducking, better be at. I don't care about nothing.
You already seen what I said to him, though? And somebody told me that, yo, that's the last time he ever gonna speak to you.
It is what it is. Hold on.
I said I already got it. No, it don't matter.
So you told Eddie Hearn that Bibble is ducking better be at?
He dipped.
So so why did you think that was going to be the last time he talked to you, Kobe?
No, I was told that's the last time because I was told that there was a question about Canelo of somebody that I know that worked for Ellie. They had gotten to not even a friendly debate. He don't like when you pick against his fighters. So I was told that somebody told him, all right, basically my man's works for Ellie, right? My man's was like, no, Andy Ruiz is going to knock Anthony Joshua out. He said, are you crazy? Him and his friends was laughing. He said, all right, you'll see. He said, we know what happened. And when he saw him the next time, he hit him with the same shit he hit CJ with. He was like, yeah, I'll talk to you. Yeah. And just gave him the runaround. You know what it is? He know who CJ is.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, CJ keeps it objective. And I think, CJ's not somebody that's out here trying to be an asshole, but CJ fucks with who he fucks with. He fucks with the niggas. He's American, and I understand that.
He
knows what type of
he knew what time it was. But I think the rest of the media knew too, because ain't nobody else try to interview him.
But one thing about Yado, like sometimes the American media can be a little too harsh to dude, but you're even, you're fair.
So you saying I should have came with the British accent on his ass?
Yeah, you should have been. Hello,
nah, come on, don't see that's that shit. Don't do that. Y'all niggas, y'all niggas objective. Y'all know y'all objective. Like
mate.
Cheerio, mate.
But y'all objective, and you have your own opinions and shit. Like it is what it is. But like for the most part, like you're not gonna really see me say too much.
You break it up, bro.
I'm breaking up. He'll be back.
You'll be back.
Let me get to the screen.
Yeah.
They say Canelo Alvarez asks if he'll fight David Benavidez. Yeah, why not? Maybe in the future. He talks too much. That's not the way to make a fight. I don't pay attention. I do my thing. I just watch my career, watch his career. I've done a lot in boxing. Like I said before. So you mad because somebody talking and want to fight your ass. And now, that's not the way to fight me. And not the man, dude, man. Stop telling me about
this is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. So Canelo want everybody to what is it that's going to get anybody a Canelo fight? Because it's obviously not your WBC ranking. It's not your popularity at all. So what gets you a fight with Canelo?
Man, looking vulnerable, looking old.
Yeah, your lack of activity.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you with that. I don't like what Canelo's doing to David Benavidez, and I don't like how Canelo's taking David Benavidez' pops talking shit. Niggas gonna talk shit. You the cash cow, and they want to get a name off of you. That's some hoe ass shit. But ultimately, we can also look at it from this perspective. You've been popping all this rah shit, and I'm gonna show you who has all the power in this shit. You talking that you don't want to go to the zone, you don't want to come to these places. All right, cool. Since you want to fuck up my bread there because we most likely would have got more bread on the zone, all right, cool. I'm gonna really make you fucking wait for it. Yo, is it corny? Yeah, in certain respects. But is it corny
In
to fuck
all
over?
respects, bro, not certain.
But in all respects, it's corny. You're right. You're right. You're right. But if you're gonna fuck up my money when we could have got this fucking shit here, and you want to be stubborn in the negotiations, like, yo, since when was David Benavidez the A side to fucking Canelo? Never. Let's stop this shit. So if you want to play these games, not sign these contracts where you most likely would have made more money on the zone, all right, cool. I'm gonna make you fucking wait for it. But that's Canelo though. You gotta remember, like, Canelo do be picking and choosing in certain respects. Like, if it wasn't for Arislani Lara stepping to his shit on that fucking,
He would have never fought the boy.
he would have never fought boy. And everybody knows that shit. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, him fighting Austin Trout was surprising to me. It is what it is. But he still fought these motherfuckers. We can say this, that, the third. We still fought him. But I think he's gonna fight him. But like, yeah, right. I think he might try to age fucking not age Benavidez. I think he's gonna wait for Benavidez to grow out of the fucking weight class. That is true, but hey, at the end of the day, like, what can you do? Is what it is. What can you do? And I looked at Canelo today on Twitter because my man's Isan reposted him training. He looks labored and tired, bro.
Who?
Canelo, like, if you see, how you doing, Miss O'Neill? If you see Jamal looks great. Jamal looks great under
He moving
Joanne
up.
Guzman.
He's moving up.
Yeah, he looks.
So you got to remember,
Bro,
he's a big
I-
dude.
I know, but that motherfucker look. What? Canelo might be in some shit here, b.
I don't think
For real.
I don't think this is a wash for Canelo.
No, bro. But like, at one point in time, I thought Canelo would, be too big and too strong because he was at 68 a little while longer. But let's keep it a buck. He only was at 68 for 1 year. So at the end of the day, how much has he really acclimatized to it? You feel me? But I also look at it from this perspective. Mel is going to come to fucking fight. And I think Canelo got a real problem on his hands because, Joanne Guzman still looks like he got some speed on him. And, Mel's not getting touched by this dude. Mel's looks slippery, looks elusive. I don't think Canelo's going to want to go to the well and have to fucking chase this dude. Because if he has to chase this dude, and Lord knows if Charlo hurts Canelo or gets his respect, he's not going to want to chase dude.
Yeah, so we can't sit there and think that,
Henry, you got some feedback. Yeah, go ahead. I'm muting him.
Yo, but I'm just going to say this, CJ. In regards to Canelo Charlo, that's a pick 'em fight, B. That's a pick 'em.
Hmm. Everybody don't see it that way, but
I look at it from now to Errol Spence complaining to about Terence Crawford.
I ain't there yet. We ain't there yet.
Man, y'all don't understand how pissed off I was hearing.
Hold on. Frank Martin got some athleticism. You need to utilize it. Fotex say, was Marvin overtrained? It looked like it to me.
Martin a big motherfucker, man. I don't know how he makes 35, bro. When he was in the amateurs, he was 150 fucking too. Similar to Sean Porter, but like, bro, if you're naturally that big, because he's not, just because you 5'8" don't mean that you don't got some mass to you. Pause. You feel me? Like, people gotta start thinking like, bro, like, me cutting down all this weight, what is that doing to my body over time? Because that Artem dude, a couple fights prior, I think Frank would have dealt with him quite comfortably, bro.
Dude just knew how to. He was backing his ass up. That's how you gotta fight him. Word up, Ricky E. He said, "Is honey good for dogs?" I don't know. Go buy the cough syrup. You can go right to the pet store and get that kettle cough syrup, bro. I don't know how much it costs.
And you've been killing me this whole weekend, bro. It's not Bonzi, like Bonzi who was guarding up. Bozy, you sick bastard.
Man, it's what I said the fuck it is. Shit, I don't care.
Nigga, it's Bozy, nigga.
I'm saying a nigga Bonzi, nigga. That's what I'm calling him, Bonzi. Bonzi, sound better.
You Detroit niggas kill me. I'm hearing this nigga. I said like, oh, this nigga.
Well, Bonzi Will's ass. That's what I'm calling his ass. It should be an honor.
Call him. All right, cool. But like, now to Tony. You've been in the ring with big punching niggas before.
Hold on. Benavidez need to sue them fools. Man, Benavidez gonna be out of boxing. He do that. But they ordering Devin to make a decision for secure regions by Friday. That's how they do it. If you bringing in big money, you would take your fucking time. We gonna have to talk about the Asian guy
Is
being on.
Jamal Charlo bringing in big
Hold on.
fucking money? The
That's
fuck
different
that?
though. He got hoes.
No,
He got whole
that nigga.
problems. He got whole
No,
problems.
that nigga should be stripped. Fuck
No,
the
he
dumb
should not.
shit.
No, he
Yeah,
should.
Yes, he should.
I don't think he should be
For
stripped.
what? For what? Who he stripping him and giving the belt to?
Yo, you haven't fought in the last fucking.
And who deserve?
Time
Who
out.
deserve?
No,
Who deserve?
they give those same type of exemptions to people who claim they got mental health problems and all of that. So it got to be fair.
Ryan Garcia never fucking was champion at all. This motherfucker is
Who
champion.
deserve the belt? Who deserve the belt? Don't tell me Adamas. He ain't this shit. Get out of
What
here.
do you mean, mother? Yo, this motherfucker got to a mandatory position. I don't care what y'all say.
He lost it to Shearer. Let's stop it.
At 54, come the fuck on,
matter.
bro. No, that nigga should be fucking
Go
stripped,
fight
bro.
Jaime Munguia. Bye.
So
Go
why?
fight Jaime Munguia.
So I gotta ask you something, CJ. Why do you think he should keep hold on to the title and he hasn't been doing anything?
Same reason why Canelo got his title. I don't care, bro. Nobody cares about the middleweight division. Nobody cares.
So I gotta ask you something.
Golovkin was able to hold up his titles to the last minute. So what does it matter? He ain't did shit. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
But hey, you right about that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Tyson Fury get to go fight in Francis Ngannou and need a rematch clause with his titles. Like, come on.
Yo, that was some nasty shit.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, bro.
This is true.
Yes,
that ass. It's true. It's a rematch clause. He's not fighting Alexander Usyk. Usyk will bust his shit to the white meat. I'm telling you this now. Tyson Fury ain't what y'all think he is.
This is the same thing that CJ said. Like, this is a case of believing in a fighter more than he believes in himself, because that is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Let me tell y'all something. Deontay Wilder should be kicking himself, because let's keep it a buck. Outside of the second fight, the first fight and the third fight, he should have won. He know damn well he had to beat in a Tyson Fury.
Fundamentals. If he would have went to the body, he would have beat that dude, bro.
He really would have.
How you dropped this nigga twice with no fundamental? You could have. Oh my god! I look at this
body
nigga
work.
like
All you had to do was go to the body, bro. He said Devin gonna look like a duck right now. Man, we got undisputed. You ain't ducking shit. You got all the belts.
Wait, time out. And this is what I don't get. Like, go back to Fotex's comment, because it's always bullshit like this. How the hell are you undisputed and you ducking somebody if you cannot make weight?
This is the shit that gets me. This is shit that gets me so tight. Like, yo, Shakur
Wait, time, hold on. Y'all talking out y'all ass. Y'all don't like Devin Haney. Stop the nonsense. He's not ducking nobody.
If the roles were reversed, dog, Top Rank wouldn't be trying to make that fight for
exactly,
Devin
bro. Like, do y'all got this energy for Haney, right? But do y'all got this energy for Canelo? Y'all got this energy for Benavidez?
My thing is this, dog.
I don't hear nobody talking to Bivol. Nobody calls out Dimitri Bivol. He's ducking Arthur Beterbiev.
And nobody calling out Lomachenko for dry ducking Devin Haney neither.
Exactly.
Dry ducking Shakir Stevenson neither. Even Shakir
Where was
Stevenson
that
calling
energy?
out.
But you wait, time out. Don't speak. What are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about, Fotex. Was you there when I was there with Bill Haney and he told me Devin Haney's moving to 140?
Yeah, he should have been moving up to 140.
He's supposed to fight a week later and give him a rematch?
Yo, let me keep it a buck with you.
Hold on, let Henry go. Go ahead, Henry.
It's just like for the lightweights, you can't call Devin a duck. He got did dirty way before the pandemic with Lomachenko. A lot of people forget that. Devin Haney
after the Zaire Abdullayev fight, that motherfucker was supposed to fight this nigga, and he did that franchise whole shit. Vasily Lomachenko's a whole ass nigga. Facts.
Yeah. So my thing is, with somebody like Lomachenko, you've got chance after chance after you lost to Salido. But for Devin Haney, he literally skipped Devin Haney to fight Luke Campbell for the belt. Devin fought on an unknown
which was crazy.
Devin fought that unknown fighter.
Zaire Abdullayev, he broke dude's face.
He fought Zaire about 3 weeks after Loma beat Luke Campbell, and he instantly became an upgraded champion. And a lot of people hold it over his head. He's an email champion, but you gotta understand when you're doing somebody wrong, like instead of fighting me, you're fighting another guy. You're skipping the line. You have 3 belts. How did you become a mandatory? I mean, you have 2 belts. How did you become a mandatory for a WBC title? There's no physical way. It's just ESPN favoritism. So
He's the
why
only
would he
nigga that I know. He's the only nigga that I know that ducked fucking his mandatory, keeps all his belts and his franchise status, and still lose to the nigga that was talking shit to you, corny motherfucker.
That's crazy.
So if
Yo,
so for Lomachenko, it's like I don't feel sorry for how they about to do you for the rest of your career because now you got to get treated like somebody who has to earn it. He has 20 fights and what 17 of them are title fights. Like come on, man. Not they're
Then
not
he got then
all
he
like
fought.
16 are title fights. It's like come on, man. What we doing now?
Then he got the fight for a vacant belt while he held the actual world title.
That's
Him
the
and Canelo
craziest
both
shit
got
I've
that
ever
shit
seen,
happening.
bro.
Yeah,
this
bro.
should
When he
this
fought,
should be this should be bogus, bro.
Hold on.
Is he
Let me finish.
Mexican?
Let me get the belts. Let me get the comments. Benavidez got to show up to his fight and act a fool. The cartel gonna stop all that shit. Have you noticed how have you noticed how Hearn is feeding better be at past Bevo opponents? Yeah, he on some bull jive. Hold on. You make sure you get y'all mic together. He said, I'm muting everybody. I don't know what that is. He said, he said, in one breath you say somebody talk too much, and the next breath you say you don't pay attention. I don't, I don't know what he's talking about. Canelo taking it slow because there's
He
a
was
lot of
talking
time,
about
more time.
Canelo. He was talking about
Oh
Canelo.
no, he said I think Charlo's gonna beat the brace off Canelo for real.
Johnny, Johnny, you don't get too carried away, my nigga. Let's not do that.
He said
I
if you
think he,
can't make weight, drop the belts. I mean Canelo, he can do what the fuck he want to do. He don't have to drop the belts. He go up and down. Talking about Eddie Hearn didn't have no fighters for him. Boy, he got the guy that whooped your ass. Rematch. He said, what happened with Teofimo Haney? Just smoke screen. All that shit happening. Devin
I
probably
hope
just weighing his options.
I think Tio's gonna get fucked up by
Yo,
Devin.
and the crazy thing is
I
that
want Tio. I want. Can I
wait,
talk? Can I
my
talk,
bad, my
Kobe?
bad.
Please, please, please. Yo, people have been talking so disrespectfully greasy about that young nigga who's only done what he's supposed to do. Mind you, let's keep it a buck. Fucking Tank Davis started his career earlier than fucking Devin Haney. Do you think if Devin Haney was at 130, he would have ducked Lomachenko? No. Do you think he would even duck Tevin Farmer? No. But this motherfucker is the email champion, but he's beaten mandatory. He's beaten everybody in front of him. And everybody said, oh, Lomachenko beat him. No, he didn't lose to Lomachenko. He's fought everybody who was supposed to fight, and he's fucking became undisputed. I'm tired of y'all niggas. I swear to God, I'm really tired of y'all niggas about this kid. Like, yo, y'all can say whatever y'all want about
You're
him,
not the
bro.
only
He's
one,
done.
bro.
Yeah, he's done it the right way, and people are talking shit. Like, yo, take you went up from 130 to 135 to 140 to only have one real belts at one weight class,
Yo, bro.
one weight fucking
And
class.
mind
And
you,
let me cook. I'm gonna hit you with the assist, the mean assist after I'm done with this. And your only real prime fighter that you fought was Jose Pedraza. And let's really keep it a buck. Do you think he was weight drained fighting you? I think he was because he went up to 140 and looked a lot better than he was fighting fucking you. So niggas like Javante Tank Davis, you can't even take serious. It's just the hood niggas like him because hood niggas like hood niggas, and they're gonna keep it a buck. They're not gonna keep it boxing when they should be because hood niggas gonna like hood niggas because at the end of the day, boxing has become such a sport, and sports in general have become like, yo, I don't care if it's any sport. If I identify with this motherfucker, he can do no wrong. And it's the corny shit that I see in boxing that I'm tired of, B. It's a lot of cornball motherfuckers in this sport that need to be exposed for the corny shit that they fucking do. Are you kidding me? Since when do you have to put a fucking weight rehydration clause on a motherfucker who never even won a major title? And I'm not even talking to fucking Ryan Garcia. I'm talking about Mario Barrios. And you went life and death with that nigga? Imagine what if Devin Haney would have done some shit like that. Yo, these niggas is whole ass niggas, B. And y'all gotta start calling these niggas out for what the fuck they are. The whole shit gotta stop, bro. from every weight class. In a way, not want to take fucking VADA strict drug testing. Yo, who the fuck is you, you little ass nigga? Hope Stephen
All right, all right,
step
all
on you.
right,
Nah, because no. I'm not gonna.
all right. Gonna say that part. You're gonna have to say that for another show.
All right, cool. We're not gonna talk about that. I'm just saying in general, the whole shit gotta stop.
Well, we get it. All right, I'm on
and
the
these
time.
niggas gotta call them out.
Hurry up, wrap it up. There we go. All right, Cole, we got something else to say before I switch to Errol, Spence, and Crawford. So
it's just I'm tired of these people hating on Devin Haney, bro. If y'all don't like him, it's cool. Y'all don't like him. We get it.
I mean, same thing. It's the same thing with Better Be. I think it's because they Muslim.
You know what it is, CJ? I heard somebody tell me, "Oh, I don't like that kid. Why you don't like him? It just seemed like he not being himself." Are you fucking stupid? What does that have to do with him boxing?
You know what, guys? We just losing our culture of boxing where we went from praising guys for wanting to fight the top guys to now we're trying to become extensions of these guys' entourages. We're trying to become their personal friends and family.
We're allowing the dick riders. We're allowing the dick riders in the sport, and we need to get these dick riding weirdos the fuck out of here.
Hey, what did Jay-Z say in Imaginary Play? Dick
riders.
Dick riders.
It's okay to be a super fan of somebody, but a lot
it's
of
beyond
these guys
that, dog.
A lot of these guys, I'm not gonna call them now. No, I'm not calling them that.
But it's beyond
it's all right to overly support a fighter, but the way these guys are representing these fighters, it's like I have to wake up tomorrow morning and I have to represent my fighter because I represent him and I love him. Like, no, let's just.
I draw the line when they against making fights that should happen. Oh, Errol shouldn't have to fight him or Canelo shouldn't. That's where I'm at. But hold on, we moving on because I'm hungry. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Errol Spence now. He basically sat there and people said he looked drained and shit. Okay, we can speak on that too. But he basically said that Bud made them flip a coin to see who walk first, and Bud act like he was the A side. He made all these demands and basically, they wanted to walk away from the table. And I heard that was true, that he was a real shrewd negotiator, and that he was.
Who he learned that from? He learned that from Bob Arum.
And he was asking for things and asking for them to pay for his entourage when he went there. But then again, that's when they was offering him zero guarantees or whatever. So at the same time, for Terence Crawford, it's just to the point where Errol said, well, I gave money up and I made the fight happen. And this, at the end of the day, man, that shouldn't even be nothing that should be known to the public till basically after the fight. Why are you telling people that I made the fight happen? I'm the A side. I did this. I did that.
Can I say something after you're done, bro?
Yes. And he's saying all this type of shit. Okay, what does that got to do with the price of tea of China on July 29th? It has nothing to do with that. Okay, what are you trying to get acknowledged for? What are you trying to do? Turn people against Terence Crawford? Like anybody that look at it from an objective standpoint of view can see, the more y'all defame my character, the more y'all try to star me out, the more y'all try to freeze me out. Just like Derrick James said, yesterday's price is not today's price. And would it end up costing Errol Spence instead of negotiating in good faith, being in good faith? What it got Top Rank what it got PBC dragging his name in the mud, not acknowledging him at the fights, not acknowledging him as a champion. All it did was drive the price up on them. Lying, talking about, well, if he come over here and leave Bob, it's easy to make. They never wanted to make that fight. I don't care what y'all say. Errol Spence just started getting cyber bullied. He started getting bullied around his neighborhood. He started hearing people talk about how he was scared of this guy. He knew he had to fight him or he wasn't going to get no respect in the Dallas area. That's just as simple as what it was.
And that's a fact.
That's what it was.
Now that we got that established, well, Errol Spence, to your last point that you said, if Errol Spence had a stronger mind, he would have said, like, fuck y'all niggas. I don't care what y'all say. Like, in the hands, you can't beat me. I'll fuck your ass up. Because if it ain't for no gun, you can't beat me in the hands. Because let's keep it a buck. Earl Spence should have been at 154. But hey, he allowed the cyberbullying.
Who fought is that? Who fought is that?
No, his fault. But let me finish.
No, Al Heyman fought.
It's Al Heyman.
No. It's his fault. It's
he
his
wanted
fault
to keep
for
Earl there and not have Earl fight Thurman.
Yeah, it's his fault for fucking with Al Heyman. But like at the end of the day, these people, they own boss. They're supposed to have autonomy over their career. But now let's talk about it, right? You talking all this shit about Errol, about Terence Crawford's demands and everything. Yo, don't all big boxers get their entourage paid for? Don't all these motherfuckers get amenities? Because at the end of the day, I already have expenses.
I don't know what happened. Cut
He
off.
going in and out. So the thing is, this is what I'm saying. He's talking about all these demands. What I see is what I have to. My rebuttal would have been like, but don't you think that that's fair? Why can't there be a flip of a coin? Y'all both champions. You get what I'm saying? Like, and
That's true.
is that y'all both champions? Y'all both have accomplished, as far as I'm concerned. You haven't accomplished as much as he has. So it really, and y'all both is on even turf. There is no home team player. It's when it comes to the broadcast and production, yes, Errol is the home fighter. But when it comes to where you're fighting, where the fight is based at, the fight site, it's a neutral ground. So flipping a coin is a neutral act. They do it in every big event. Super Bowl, I can't name others. So what's the big deal? You just sound like you sound like you whining.
It does sound like he whining. And like, what does that got to do with the price of tea in China? Like,
Exactly.
that don't have
What does
nothing
that
to
do
do
with the fight?
with nothing.
And also with this fight, these guys gotta understand. Like Terence Crawford said it himself. He said, "I'm already probably gonna be a Hall of Famer. You're not," and that's because if you look at their resume and everything, Terence Crawford beat two people that might go to the Hall of Fame, Hook or Crook. Errol Spence beat one guy that might go to the Hall of Fame. So he and Terence Crawford's a three division champion, so he feels I'm going to the Hall of Fame. Errol Spence or not. Errol Spence is still at his first division that he was competing for belts in, but he started his career over 150 for those fights. So I feel like these guys talking about this miscellaneous stuff is just for people to talk about. Nobody cares, bro. Who comes in the ring first, who comes in the ring last, you still open the belt on the first round together, bro. It really doesn't matter.
Thank
And
you.
my thing is like his whole situation is like it's like, man, dude, you can tell like he kind of like irritated. To me, I don't think he really want this fight. He wanted to take this fight.
It's
Man, look at
and you make
the poster, man.
point. You make a great point, CJ. He seems very irritated by
And maybe because he's
yeah,
hungry.
the closer it gets into the fight.
Maybe
He
he's hungry.
mad, bro.
I don't think it's because he's hungry. Maybe because he's not making the money that he thought he would. Maybe he thought this was a $30 million a piece fight, and it's
Or
not.
It could have been.
Or maybe it's because it's a fight that he's not really interested in being involved in. It's an event that he don't want
What
to
you
be
think,
involved in.
Flame On? Go ahead, spit.
I think he mad that he don't want this fight, bro. Like when I seen the little teaser that just came out, I guess the little trailer. I never seen this motherfucker on the promotional pictures just looking like angry, like this nigga don't want to fight this man, and it's like what made me feel like he not confident. Now they said that Bud said he don't know if he'll take the rematch if he lose. They said that's what Spence said. I don't know if Bud said that for real or not.
No,
But I do know-
no. Fred Taylor kind of said he read that, but I heard Bud
Yup.
said that.
We hear
Yeah,
you,
hold
bro.
on, we talking. But Bud said that he ain't thinking about it because he ain't gonna lose.
Yeah, that's what I seen him say. So what made me feel like Spence not confident, like when they asked him about the side bet with the $1 million bet that he talking about he not taking the bet no more.
Well, he said he gave the money back. Yeah, he said he gave him more than that back. So I get that though. I ain't tripping on that.
That's cool.
A bet is a bet, dog. If you know for sure you gonna break this man like you keep saying, because that's the only game plan that y'all talking about. If
He's
you
not
feel
gonna
that
break
deep
him. He's
down
scared,
inside,
bro.
I'm
He's scared, man.
you'll take the $1 million bet.
spiritually.
Hold on, let one person talk. Go ahead, Flame.
You'll take the bet, bro. So I feel like you're not confident in you
Because he
winning
know
this
he's about to
fight.
get broken.
I'm
He about
kind of cool with him not taking a bet if he gave more than that back to make the fight. I'm cool with that.
Give him
Exactly.
what? Why won't he disclose how much that was? If
He said it was way more.
disclosing all
Well, he
this
said,
other
well, he said it was way more than true. He is being a chatty patty, but he said it was way more than the million they bet.
but they won't say how much. So how much is it? It
Let
can't
me tell
be
you.
that damn much.
Let me tell y'all this, bro. Let me really tell y'all something. Yo, from 2017 to 2023, right before this shit was announced, This man told Errol Spence Jr. told Terence Crawford to get a belt. You're on the wrong side of the street. Leave Top Rank. Sean Porter's an easier fight. Al Heyman doesn't see you in the schedule. He did all these things. He put all these barriers and stipulations for him. They gave him effed up contracts for the longest of time, and they disrespected that man's resume, his character. They downplayed him winning undisputed in the weight class when he had to fight fighters that oppositions of Errol Spence ducked. Like, let's not forget, Victor Posto was supposed to fight Danny Garcia.
He was on his undercard,
Garcia.
too.
Danny Garcia vacated, went up to 147. Mind you, after he fought Posto, for example, right? He's never been the same. He comes up to 147, beats the guy that beats Manny Pacquiao. He's done everything.
Pacquiao.
Beats Manny Pacquiao. Whooped on Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford eliminates him. So you've talked all this gangster shit. Now, you complaining about the thing. You know what's gonna happen, and you know you're not gonna like the beating Terence gonna give you because you're not gonna be the same after this fight. And I think he really feeling
I think this not being. I think not being the same is just if he's not the same fighter, it's gonna be from a mental state, not from a physical state.
Shit and me, it's gonna be both.
I don't think so,
bro. Think about it. Think about it like
I think
this.
think about it like this, bro. Like,
bro, it's how
look how Floyd. Look at how Floyd like used to do his opponents. Part of it was they got money they never got before, and they got complacent after they lost. And then the other part of it was like he really demoralized their ass. Like it to me, what he did to a lot of them dudes, it was worse than the physical ass whooping.
So you telling me?
So you telling me Arturo got it?
Hold on, you telling me?
Hold on, that's diff. Don't come on. We not talking. He wasn't even making that type of money then. So.
I'm saying if he sleeps Spence like he did Avenues, you tell me.
I don't really think like Crawford don't really.
Crawford don't really do what?
It's hypothetical. If he knocks him flat out,
I mean, I think it's more the mental side of it.
But if he put him to sleep,
I'm just saying he don't ruin fighters like that. Like Errol Spence, like
yo, did you not see what happened?
Listen. That's different. That was an accumulation ass whooping. That was like what Errol Spence do. Like
that's what I'm counting on.
He's just he got to stop us by accumulation. Like when you take damage like that, kind of like what Derek James was saying. Yeah, you're not the same because, but when Buzz stop you, like you recover from getting knocked out like that. Ask Julian Jackson, ask Manny Pacquiao,
you know when Julian Jackson knocked out Harold Grip.
Spence is different. He ain't.
I'm talking about Julian Jackson. I'm just talking about Julian Jackson got knocked out. He came back. Did he not?
Cool, but
I ain't gonna say he ruined.
But let me tell you something though. A funny thing about Julian Jackson. Remember when he was losing to Harold Graham and slept him with that one right hand? Yo, Harold Graham had to go in the hospital for a couple weeks after that, bro. He was knocked out.
But you taking it the wrong way. I said he came back.
I understand that.
Julian Jackson came back from. All I'm saying is.
I know one punch knockout you can come back from.
But all I'm saying is if he don't come back the same, it's gonna be the mental hurdle, I believe, not the physical. Now, if he just take an accumulation ass whooping like Felix Diaz, okay, I agree with y'all. But I don't think it's gonna be a stoppage in this fight. That's my humble opinion. Right now. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Didn't ask yours. No offense. But I think losing all the bullshit that came with losing, that came with making this fight, and he did all this shit talking and he lose. That's gonna be the biggest mental hurdle for him.
That's gonna hurt his pride, of course. But I say this though, man. Yo, I say this. Errol Spence, I think if he does lose this fight, we know he's gonna come with the excuses. We know he's gonna come with these things. But if Errol Spence gets blasted out there, bro, mentally. No, super duper pause. I bugged the fuck out.
I don't think he gonna let him stop him, bro. I think it might be some Caleb.
It ain't no let, bro. He going to sleep,
man. With Kenny Bayless, anything is possible. If Kenny Bayless the referee,
wait, Kenny Bayless is the ref for this fight?
No, we won't know.
I was about to say.
We won't know next week.
Man, if Kenny Bayless, is
they gotta get buddy with
if you were to say he was the ref, they need to get. What's the dude that be
the big eyes? The dude with the eyes.
Yeah, he in New York.
No. I'm talking about the white guy from LA.
Nah, I don't want none.
If Kenny Bates is the ref, they both need to go take up wrestling because they're gonna need it. They're not gonna be able to get punches off in the clinch. Kenny is letting you wrestle in that clinch. So
Yeah,
they
Errol
going.
don't hold though.
And Earl
You
gonna
will
get his
hold
ass
it.
knocked out if he don't hold.
Yeah,
The
Errol
thing
don't
is,
hold the
You
the
will
thing
hold
is,
the quarter.
the thing is, Errol don't hold, but Errol will hit you with the cleanest thigh punch or low blow you'll ever see, and he'll throw it in
Oh
combo too. He'll
yeah.
throw
Yep.
it in combo, and it'll be clean too.
But let me tell you this though. A 12-round ass beating and you winning by robbery, yo, that's still gonna physically affect you. Because hey, if it goes to 12 rounds, I honestly believe they're gonna rob Bud horribly. They're gonna do Bud
And then the
terrible.
aerosexuals ain't gonna see nothing wrong with
They're
it.
not
They'll
gonna
be
That's
see
like,
nothing
why
wrong with
I'm
it.
yeah,
telling CJ that Bud is
they
gonna
gonna
knock
Bud
tell
this
you.
nigga
That's
out,
what I'm
man.
telling you. They gonna
He
tell that
got
nigga
to.
just stay. They gonna tell that nigga just stay on your feet, cuz.
My thing is
Hey,
with
He
they
this
gonna
told
have
fight.
AJ.
to.
Hey, didn't they tell AJ that versus Ruiz in the second fight? You can tell the way
Yeah,
that nigga was running
no,
that
no, but
fight.
AJ was winning that fight off a 3-punch
No,
combo.
but they
But
That's
told
a fact.
no. They told that motherfucker that's why he came in. He ain't came in that light ever again.
Ever again. That's a
They
fact.
told him just
jab,
stay
jab,
away
hook,
from him and stay on your feet.
jab, jab,
That
hook,
that's
double
probably
step back.
that's probably that's probably the lightest AJ Watts since his
It was.
pro
It wasn't
debut,
no
bro.
jab,
Hold
jab.
on.
It was just tapper, tapper, tapper,
And the
tapper,
thing
tapper,
is,
tapper.
Andy Ruiz was being coached by Reynoso then, right? That was his first fight with Eddie Reynoso. So remember when Eddie Reynoso a couple years ago
Was
said
that his
black
first fight with
fighters?
No,
Reynoso?
no,
Eddie,
that wasn't his
this is
first
it.
fight. He's
You
still with
sure?
what's his name? No, I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
no.
it wasn't his first fight.
Because right after Andy Ruiz lost that fight, Eddie Reynoso came out and said black fighters do jab, jab, straight, 2-step backs. That's what Anthony Joshua did. But with this fight with Errol and Terence, I got Terence winning 7-5 in like a real entertaining fight. But
I got Errol
I don't
Spence
think no
getting stopped in
robbery.
the ninth round.
I
I
don't
got
think the robbery's happening in this fight just because
Shit,
just be,
with
the
Daddy
reason why I don't
Baby
think
shit.
Al, anything is
the
possible.
reason why I don't think there's a stoppage, a robbery gonna happen is because these guys, well, Terence Crawford doesn't fall into the trap of I'm gonna fight like you tonight, like Errol did with Sean. He's not, whoever's doing that, please, but he doesn't fall into the trap of I'm gonna fight like you tonight. So Terence Crawford's gonna do Terence Crawford. Errol might come out there and try to beat Terence Crawford, and then he's gonna realize now I gotta fight and box. Terence
And if
Crawford
he
fights
tries to
box
fight
all
or
night.
box, he's I don't think he has the skill or the savvy to do both. Because let's really keep it a buck. Terence Crawford is faster than him. Terence Crawford has better defense than him, and Terence Crawford, quite as kept, Terence Crawford can turn up the heat at any time that he feels like it. Like CJ's earlier video said, like, oh, Spence Crawford to come out fast. Hey, if you expect to come out fast, stop him. And if he and I surely I believe this. If Bud starts putting combinations and punches and bunches on Spence, bro, I think it could be an early night, bro. Because real talk, Bud is a crisp, precise puncher. And one thing
Um,
that Spence has been getting
Hey,
hurt
they on the
by,
top
crisp.
on the top ranked shorts, they showed like a 4K version of him punching Kell Brook. They shorts, dog.
clean,
That shit was crazy. The angle they
clean,
had of him, yeah, that shit was crispy as
clean.
They
hell.
showed the sweat flying from when he hit him with the jug punch.
That
Yeah.
jug punch, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. When he hit Brook with that shit, I said, God
I
damn.
think I don't like.
Hey, do y'all
Honest,
think Derrick James will throw in the towel or let
nah.
Spence go out on this
I don't
shield?
think I don't think he's gonna get the point to go out in the shield. I think this is gonna be an entertaining fight, bro. There's no way you're gonna fight the way he fights. The good thing about the way Errol Spence fight is that he does the same thing to everybody. But the bad thing is that you know what's coming. You know what's coming once you sign the contract. So it's very easy to prepare for if you're on the level of Terence Crawford. So
I
I
think
think this is gonna
Crawford
be a
has too
great
many
fight.
dimensions.
I don't think nobody's getting stopped. I don't even think knockdowns is happening. The most I can see happening is like big punches at the end of exchanges. But I don't think nobody's gonna get out here and lose 3 rounds in a row, 4 rounds in a row. Like, nah, I don't
I'm
think
not.
so.
I can see them both getting dropped.
Kofi.
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
I don't think so at all. Hear me out.
Wilder Fury, bro.
No, it's not gonna be Wilder Fury at all. I think Terence Crawford is going to dominate this fight because hear me out. I've seen Errol Spence in his his comeback fights against Danny Garcia and Ugas, right? He get hurt. Once he got hurt by Danny, I knew shit was going to go downhill for him. And think about it. Yo, once Danny hit him and had him turning around, imagine what Terence Crawford would have done. And yo, bro, think about it. Errol Spence has always been saying throughout this whole press junket, I hope you guys been realizing. He says, "Yo, I gotta be focused for this fight. I gotta be focused for this fight." Boxers know intrinsically if I'm not focused, that's my ass. So let me tell you this:
He
he
worrying about his
knows.
mouth.
So yo, bro, but at the end of the day, if Terence Crawford got a shot off like that against Errol Spence and knocked his mouthpiece out, do you not know what he would have done to him? Come on, stop that shit. Be like, yo, Errol Spence. Yo, bro, one thing you gotta understand that nerve damage that he suffered from that car accident, I believe, unfortunately, it's permanent. Because yo, you get hit with shots like that and your mind goes somewhere else. That's not the shot, bro. That's really nerve damage. And I honestly believe Terence Crawford's a sharp puncher. He's spiteful. He's mean, and he's been wanting this fight for a long time. I think he's gonna make Errol Spence eat every word that he says, and I think he's gonna punish him badly.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm not going to make
the predictions for next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna save my prediction for next week. I'm not gonna go there because I'm gonna do this fight. I'm gonna do this fight justice. I'm gonna watch both common opponents, and then I'll make my decision from there on my fight prediction. Y'all know who I'm gunning.
That ain't gonna help you.
Y'all know who I'm gunning for.
That ain't gonna help you.
When it comes to a fight prediction,
that ain't gonna help you.
My prediction is two different things.
You're not gonna get nothing. You're not gonna get
Man, Spence got to stop him in less than 7, bro. That's
hold on. You ain't gonna get nothing less. You ain't gonna get nothing from watching common opponents, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta try to.
You
gotta make fights, bro.
No, the thing is with the watching opponents. Both of the opponents performed very differently, and one guy got flash stopped. We didn't even see him do too much. So
you mean he almost flew out the ring?
Not almost.
He almost did a Rey Mysterio.
Kell Brook basically got flash knocked down, and then he got dominated. So you can't watch that.
Man, that man said. Asked what he was.
Kell Brook's job was controlling that fight.
Wait, Charles. Let CJ get off. Let CJ get off, yo.
You gotta find somebody. I think the postal fight is a better fight to watch a Bud to see how Spence, because they both upright fighters. Even though
Spence so I'll watch it. I'll watch the postal fight. That's one of my favorite fights from Bud. And what I think
for Errol, I just think you got to watch everything because he ain't really fought no athletic fighter for real.
That's what I'm
saying. Algieri maybe. It's Algieri, Bundu, Porter,
Peterson.
That's an old man.
Peterson was old.
That's an old man. I remember that fight like it was yesterday. To be honest,
that was prime Spence.
I'm probably gonna do a live breakdown this weekend. I should be able to get to it.
Spence that fought Peterson, and that Bud that fought Benavidez. That's when they should have fought like that, like them two.
Yeah, I mean
prime right there.
But he making a whole. He just I don't know. He look a little bit thin, but
I think Errol will be ready. I don't think he's gonna underperform. Is he a little weight drain?
How though? 15 months.
No,
you've
bro,
been at this weight. How long?
Wave, bro. That's his wave, bro. I'm not putting the months.
I'm not putting nothing. I'm not putting too much stock into that.
I'm not giving him no crutch, bro. He has no job. He could work out 8 hours a day. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna look his best. That's just what it's gonna be. I just think he's gonna lose this fight because he's not a better boxer. So that's why I think he's gonna lose this, because Errol Spence, no matter who he's fighting, no matter what ability they bring to the ring, he is the same exact person every single fight. Errol Spence don't do adjustments. He floods you. He outpaces you. He doesn't do nothing new. Nobody has ever said in the history of watching fights, Errol Spence looked new. He added something. No, he's the same guy every fight. So all you got to do is understand how to prepare for somebody who has max stamina. He may not punch the fastest, he may not be diverse, but he has max stamina. So he's coming.
He boxed Mikey
coming after you.
He boxed Mikey.
The same thing he did to Mikey.
You boxed a smaller dude and you couldn't get him out of there, bro.
The same thing he did to Mikey. The same thing he did to Mike is what he did to Ugas. You flooded him with the jab. You threw your big punches. The only thing different is Mikey really can sit down on any punch at any moment. So he couldn't just torment Mikey the way he did Ugas. But like I said, Errol Spence is the same fighter every fight. He has max stamina, bro. So he's not gonna burn himself out. The reason why I think he's gonna lose to Terence, because I know Terence hit throw the punches from longer ranges to keep him off of him, to make him reset, to make him have a bad or
And
And
go-
Terence is faster and more.
I think y'all missing a point too. I think Terence gonna rip his body. I don't think nobody talk about that.
Terence. I think Terence is a better body puncher
like I
too.
said, I'm gonna shut up and wait till we do.
I
this
know he's gonna go to.
He ain't better than Abner Mares throwing low blows. To tell you
You
that.
ain't lying.
Nah.
Mares going.
Errol and Abner Mares got a highlight reel of that. You should have seen the way he did Sean Porter's groin protector.
Oh yeah.
He told himself, "I'm gonna slow Sean
He
down."
was a good kid.
Yo, bro, did y'all see Abner Mares versus Joseph Abeko, bro? The first fight? Yo,
Yeah,
that was one of
the rematch. Roger was in his corner.
Nah, bro, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That was one of the first times I watched a fight with my father. And yo, bro, I watched that fight. I said, like, oh, y'all not going to disqualify him? And guess who was refereeing that fight? That bum ass motherfucker, Russell Mora. And bro, he had the audacity after the interview to say, yo, none of those shots were low. And he was watching the fucking replay. You know why I wouldn't trust Russell Mora with a Mexican fighter? Because you remember when Andrew Maloney closed up Franco eye, and they said like, yo, that was because of a clash of heads, and they showed him. That's like, yo, bro, he jabbed him and his eye closed. What's good with you? But you gotta know what type of dude Russell Mora is, though. So you gotta stay away from certain referees, because certain referees, they don't care about the X's and O's.
Russell Mora? Russell Mora is the one that's always in Cali.
Yeah, and he got the box head, bro. He got the box head. So you gotta understand, with certain referees, they're gonna give partialness to their people. I remember what he did to Maloney was so wrong. It was like, yo, bro, you see it right there. Like, it's clear as day. Like, but that was during COVID time, so they weren't gonna give. If there was fans there, fans would have caused a riot. Box head motherfucker. This corny looking motherfucker. He's a cornball. I don't like him at all.
Also, I just.
And what if the mouthpiece come out? What's going on?
No, you ain't see All Access.
Yeah, when he talking about the
man.
dude who be making this shit.
Yeah,
I still have yet to watch it, so I'm
he like, man, if it come out, the world gonna know who did it.
I'm gonna just tell you like this, Kobe. It's not Bud and his camp is not really in this episode. They got like 6 minutes of the 30 minutes.
Hey, I noticed that shit.
This is really an Errol Spence vlog.
This is an Errol Spence thing. Like,
yeah, it definitely is.
This is really an Errol Spence vlog, and the thing is, both of these guys are on the West Coast, and they're not that many states apart from each other. So you gonna tell me you got Bud for 6 minutes? Come on, bro.
Yo, I gotta ask you guys something. Do you think this more?
Hold on. Then the next episode, Earl and them moved to Vegas. Yeah, they in Vegas right now. He moved to
Exactly.
I gotta ask you guys something. Do you think there's moles in Terence Crawford's skin?
No.
Huh?
It ain't gonna matter.
Nah, because I look at it from this perspective. How would Errol Spence know that Terence Crawford is going to come out faster than?
Well, everybody been saying it.
That's what. Yeah, that's the guess. That's what everybody. Me and Kofi was just talking about this like a half hour ago. That's what everybody's guessing.
Errol Spence might make him walk to him and might box his ass.
True.
If Earl tries to box with him and he's successful, I'm gonna have to give my hands up to him. And I would say,
don't nothing surprise me in boxing no more, bro.
This is a fact.
No, nothing. You can't be surprised.
Nothing surprises me when I watch Errol Spence. He's the same guy every time. He has max stamina, but he's now.
That's why you gotta bang. If Terence Crawford be smart to bang that drum, bro.
Yeah, like Terence gonna go to the body, but the thing is, Terence Crawford is fighting somebody who has a way higher output than him, so he's gonna have to keep this man at bay.
I think Terence Crawford is gonna try to. I think Terence Crawford is gonna try to go after the surgically repaired eye. I think he's going to try to really target that.
I don't know about that, but I think. But if he sit there and he just tried to time him, he might find himself down early too.
Yeah,
just trying to time him.
And the
But
thing is, you can't aim for injuries when you punching. You just gotta find the moment to punch. You can't be in there like, yo,
The
I'm a
teeth come
jab.
out.
You can't be like, yo, I'm a jab, and I hope he leans this way so I could. Nah, you can't be
I
aiming
know
for
that,
a
of
part of
course.
the face.
Of course, but you got to understand this. One thing about Terence Crawford, rather, he's very accurate with his punches. He's not somebody that's just throws punches
and that's
for
why,
the
and
fuck
that's
of
the
it.
and that's the difference. You got a guy that throw the punches for the hell of it, and you got a guy that's calculated and want to line you up with his punches.
Yeah,
But I think
Errol flex people every time. He always try to flex.
What Bud make Bud so dangerous is that he a power punch and counter puncher. You don't see a lot of those guys.
But
Man,
one thing
Errol
about
Spence,
Bud
man,
though,
taking
Bud is
eye
going to have to
sockets,
up.
man.
I think Bud is going to have to up his.
We breaking Buds down and we smoking Bud, nigga.
Oh, they break his eye socket. You niggas better stay off the internet. Nigga, the reaction video, the post-fight reaction video go, even if he lose, if he post-fight reaction video gonna be 2 minutes.
Hey, if Spence get his eye took, then what then?
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, if
car accident.
Imagine the draw though.
It probably. Hey, I was gonna tell you I put some money on the draw.
I'm putting money on the draw, bro.
My pops already did.
Let me tell you this: if
that's
Errol
how
Spence
wild
loses,
that fucking Fury first fight was.
If Errol Spence loses on some shit, I honestly believe that there's gonna be riots, and I think they're gonna try to step to Terence Crawford, and the dumb niggas who stepped to him gonna get fucked up real bad.
Let me say this too, dog. You got to understand, it ain't nobody that won 5 belts or the 4-belt era plus the lineal belt and been undisputed in 2 different divisions ever. Usyk ain't getting an opportunity, Bud getting an opportunity. So that's what he doing is damn near impossible, bro.
Exactly.
From politics standpoint.
It's great that he's doing. It's great that he's doing it, and I'm just glad that the fight is happening, even though it's about 2 years, 3 years too late. But
I want Bud to beat the shit out of him. I want Bud to really damn near kill this motherfucker, bro. Here's why.
I don't think a one-sided ass whooping, as Errol Spence been saying, is gonna happen because these are 2 elite fighters. So the only way a one-sided ass whooping is going, and the reason why I don't think it's gonna happen is because somebody's gonna have to do consistent mistakes for one-sided ass whooping, and I don't bank on that from anybody.
Or somebody got to suffer early injury or cut for that to happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to come out. What if the partial come out?
Oh, hey, look. If that mouthpiece come out, he look for it. Oh, you might as well go ahead and turn the YouTube on.
You know what's coming after that, right? The uppercut.
That motherfucker, unless the referee jump and tackle Terence Crawford, nigga.
No,
the referee might be.
And they gonna cut the lights off in the arena.
Oh, like they did in the Super Bowl. The Ravens.
Yo, they robbed Colin Kaepernick of that Super Bowl win. They robbed that motherfucker.
They gonna cut your pay-per-view off. They gonna
Hey, when they cut the lights off I think it was a Superdome, wasn't it?
Yeah, they robbed that, man. They robbed that.
Cut the lights off of that bitch. The game turned on the swivel, bro.
Ray Lewis got that energy back.
No, he took that deer antler venom.
Kobe took that shit.
I took that shit.
The lights gonna cut off.
Hold on.
And when the lights cut back on, Spence gonna be gone.
Let me tell you something. I took deer antler velvet one time, and let me tell you something. Steroids don't got shit on. Victor Conte probably giving that to whoever the fuck is out there. Because let me tell you something. You could do 10 workouts in a day, and let me tell you something. The next morning you could do another 20. That shit got long lasting effects. That shit. Nigga, I was recovering from workouts for 30 days straight. I'm not even lying to you.
What is it called?
What?
Deer antler velvet. You take a spritz of that under the tongue, and I'm gonna let you know right now, your hair gonna grow mad full, and you gonna have so much energy.
All the bald head niggas right now, right now,
bruh. Let me tell you, that deer antler velvet ain't nothing to play with. That shit.
That deer antler velvet gonna get them bald motherfuckers their hair back and
deer antler velvet.
That deer antler velvet. That deer antler velvet gonna get dudes
take
their hair back and their hairlines too.
Under the tongue. And I'm telling you, you gonna be doing super sets.
This ain't the best direction to do on the internet. I'm just saying, bro. This ain't the best direction to do on the internet.
I gotta go. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, wow.